I'm John. And today, Sharon, I think we're going to touch a part of everyone's heart, especially those who've ever looked at someone else's life and thought, I wish I was like them.
Oh, I know that feeling. The silent comparison that steals joy. What are we talking about today?
A story I call The Bird Who Forgot Its Wings.
Sounds deep already. Go on, John.
In a wide golden forest, where the sunrise painted everything in gentle amber light, there lived a small bird named Luma. She wasn't like the other birds. While they spent their days soaring high, racing against clouds, and singing joyfully in the open sky, Luma preferred the low branches. She'd perch quietly, looking up as others disappeared into the vast blue above. And every time she watched them, something inside her would whisper, "You'll never be like them."
That's already sad. You can almost feel her pain.
Yeah. And the thing is, no one told her she was less. No one bullied her. But sometimes silence can be heavier than words. Every time she saw the eagles soaring over mountains, she'd look at her short wings and think, what's wrong with me? She tried to fly higher once, just once, but she got dizzy, panicked, and fell, scraping her wings on sharp twigs. So she gave up.
It's crazy how one failure can make you forget all your worth.
Exactly. And that's what happened to Luma. She stopped trying, stopped singing, stopped believing she had anything to offer. While others danced in the wind, she walked on the forest floor, collecting fallen feathers, as if trying to find pieces of herself in what others left behind.
Wow, that's a line, John. Pieces of herself in what others left behind. That's deep.
Thanks. But here's where it gets powerful. One evening, dark clouds began to form. The air smelled of rain and smoke, but it wasn't rain. An old tree had been struck by lightning, and soon the forest was on fire. Panic filled the woods. Animals ran in every direction. The sky turned red. The larger birds, the eagles and hawks, quickly flew high above the smoke, escaping into clear skies. But Luma, she couldn't go that high. She flapped her wings, coughed through the smoke, and stumbled. She wanted to scream for help, but her tiny voice was lost in the chaos. Then she heard it, a faint cry. It came from underneath the fallen log. When she got closer, she saw a baby rabbit trapped, trembling, unable to move.
Oh no.
Yes, the flames were closing in, and you know what's amazing? In that moment, Luma didn't think about herself. She didn't think, I can't fly like the others. She didn't think, what if I fail? She just moved. She used her wings not to fly, but to push, her beak to pull, her tiny claws to dig, and somehow through pain and smoke she managed to free the rabbit. Together they ran, half flying, half stumbling, until they reached a riverbank. They both collapsed in the mud, shaking and crying, but alive.
Oh no.
Yes, and when the fire was finally over, the other animals returned. They found Luma sitting beside the baby rabbit, her wings blackened from smoke, her feathers wet, but her eyes shining brighter than ever.
Wow, that's pure courage.
It was. And that day, something changed in her. She realized she'd spent her life thinking her wings were useless, but those same wings had saved a life. Her strength wasn't in how high she could fly. It was in how brave she could be when the ground was burning.
That gave me chills. You see, she found meaning in the place she thought she had none.
Exactly. And sometimes the world tells us that only those who shine, succeed, or stand tall matter. But Luma learned that sometimes the quiet ones, the steady ones, the ones who don't fly like everyone else, they hold the kind of strength that saves others.
You know, John, this reminds me of so many people out there. We live in a world where everything is a competition. Looks, success, followers, money. Everyone's measuring their worth with someone else's ruler.
That's so true. People forget that growth isn't a contest, it's a journey.
And what's sad is that comparison doesn't just steal joy, it blinds you. You stop seeing what you do have and start chasing what you don't.
Exactly. It's like planting a flower and getting jealous of the tree next to it. You forget that your bloom will come at a different time, and that your beauty lies in your difference.
That's beautiful. You know, when I was younger, I used to compare my progress with everyone. I thought if I wasn't achieving as fast as others, I was behind.
Same here. I used to compare my speaking career to people who had been doing it for decades. I didn't realize their overnight success had taken them 10 years.
Yes, we compare our chapter 1 to someone's chapter 20. It's unfair to ourselves.
You know what's worse? When you let that comparison stop you from starting at all.
Hmm,
Like Luma giving up before even discovering her purpose.
exactly. And the irony is those people we compare ourselves to are often struggling with their own insecurities too.
That's so true. Everyone's fighting invisible battles. We look at others through filters and highlights, but not their full story.
That's so true. And you know, if you keep comparing yourself, you'll miss your own miracles because you're too busy counting someone else's blessings.
That's so true. And you know, Luma could have spent her whole life jealous of those who flew higher, but she ended up doing something no one else could, saving a life on the ground.
That's what I love about purpose. It's not about where you are, it's about what you do with where you are.
Exactly. Your wings might not take you to the clouds, but they can still carry you through fire.
So, to everyone listening, maybe today, stop looking up at others just to see what you lack. Look within and see what's already growing quietly inside you.
And remember, someone out there is wishing they could be you. They see strength, peace, creativity, kindness, all the things you overlook in yourself.
And if you ever feel like Luma, thinking your wings are too small, remember, it's not about flying the highest. It's about flying true.
Beautifully said, Sharon. Your worth isn't in comparison. Your worth is in contribution.
This has been Mindset Tales. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who might need to hear it today. Because sometimes all someone needs is a story to remind them they're enough.
We'll see you in the next episode. Until then, keep believing, keep growing, and never forget, your wings are enough.